minutes. I think this might be the first time I've ever just gone live on YouTube with my cell phone, but I heard that you get more views and things of that nature when you do that. So, anyways, hopefully all is well. Just a little bit of a rant. It's been a minute since I've done a rant, so um, this is for those people that maybe feeling like life is getting you down. Not just for some odd reason in my algorithms on YouTube, I didn't realize how sad a lot of people are because of the way that things are in 2024. Men and women, all ages, all races, all places. I didn't realize how a lot of people feel like giving up. I just watched a young man do a video, and I related to the video, so that's why I watched it through. And it was only 16 minutes, so I was like, let me give it a shot. But because at first the title was like it said, "Life is some BS," and I'm like, okay, well, at times it can be. I mean, that's just I think that could be for anybody. But he was the way he was speaking. It was like, okay, he was talking about how he's alone all the time. And it's funny because it's like that's the thing that social media has done for us. It's made a lot of people rather associate, and I'm guilty of this myself sometimes, they rather just associate with social media and other pets than actually deal with other people. And this guy was younger than me, so the fact that he's like, he's like, I'm in a sense, I'm old fashioned. He's like, I like to talk on the phone with people. He's like, I like to read books. I don't just want to listen to audiobooks. I like to read books. I'm like, well, I can relate to that because I love to read books as well. He's like, being a nerd sucks. He's like, being a tech person sucks. I'm like, well, nerds in a sense have been winning for the last decade because nerds make good money. Nerds make a good living. Now, a lot of nerds are not, could be considered to be socially awkward. But a lot of them, I mean, there's a reason why all these apps, who do you think makes all and maintains all these apps that we use? The nerds. So that's why I was like, I can understand that. Life can be BS at sometimes, but he's trying to get things, I could feel and understand the frustration in him because when you are creative and when you have I want to get things done mindset and you don't have friends and family that want to do that with you and don't want to support you, it can become very disheartening and disconcerting at times. And in a sense, you just want to give up. The fact that my man said that he wants to, um, the fact that my man says that he wants to um, move to another country, he's doing research in order for him to move to another country. I actually get it and I actually understand that because he's frustrated with his family. He's frustrated. I guess he's not able to meet a lot of females. Every time he goes on a date, it's not working out for him. He's the people he tries to connect with from a friendship basis, and the circle of people that he's with, they're trying to. He's trying to get them out of the mindset of just being an employee minded, and he's trying to get them into the mindset of, hey, you can make money if you do X, Y, Z. You can do money if you do X, Y, this, that, and other. If you invest your money here, he's talking about crypto, he's talking about stocks, he's talking about bonds, talking about if you have a business. These are the things that you can get tax write-offs and benefits with and whatnot. And he's felt like he's hitting a brick wall, and I can understand that because and I want to say to that guy, I'm not going to put his name out there. I just discovered his channel, but I did subscribe because it was free and I liked his video. But I'm using this situation as an example to the people, men and women out there. If you feel like you are alone all the time, there's a reason because it's lonely at the top. And even if you aren't at the top yet, and from economic standpoint, you will be. If you're not at the top yet from a spiritual standpoint, you will be. If you're not at the top of trying to um, kick butt when it comes to your goals and aspirations and whatnot, you will be. Why will you be? Because you were born to stand out. You were born to shine. You were not born to just be basic. And that's why I understand how disheartening this young man is because he's like, I'm tired of being surrounded by basic minded people who just want to have a job and go to work and come home and that's it. When he's like, I was born to stand out and do other things, but I want to be around people that had that same mindset. And all I can say to people like that is, even if you're not a big fan of EY University, go to something like an Invest Fest to where people are talking about business, People are talking about investments. People are talking about the careers. You have to force yourself to get into those circles. I'm an introvert. I have to force myself to get into those circles because for the last 2 years of my life, I am allergic to people with a basic mindset. There's nothing wrong with people that are like that, but that is not my forte of people that I want to be surrounded with on a regular basis. And that's the point at the end of the day. You know, um, and at the end of the day, it's just like he seems like he's frustrated. And hey, I can relate to that because I've been heck, that's probably been the last 8 years I've been frustrated with trying to connect with people on that level because everybody that usually the circle that I usually get I'm surrounded by are people who just want to be basic and they're so happy with mediocrity on all levels, on multiple levels. So that's the message of this live right now that I'm doing on YouTube. It's just like don't give up. It's normal to be alone, unfortunately. It's abnormal, but it's normal because when you want to get things done, you have to find your tribe. That's I've heard that saying before. This is my tribe. You have to find your tribe and hold on to them. Like he's talking about when he's out in public and how fake people are. I say, yeah, people are very fake. When you go to a lot of social settings, like I was at a social setting 2 weeks ago, I was bored out of my mind. I really was. I was like, I was sitting at the bar. I was bored out of my mind. The energy was just, and usually the energy in the DMV areas is always anyway. So, but I don't know where this young man lived at, but I understood and I related to his video of him talking about, he's trying to connect with his family, do family things. He's like, my family is born. He's like, my family's boring. They don't want to go out and do anything. That's how it is. I've been there. I remember years ago, I tried to connect with my family members and like, hey, let's talk about some business. Let's get some economic things happening. But everybody wants to be in competition with one another. Everybody wants to show off how nice their houses are and how nice their cars are instead of saying, you know what, you got this amount of money, you got this amount of money. Let's collaborate, let's motivate, let's educate, and let's innovate. There was a post that I shared on Facebook today. I'm going to try to find it so I can actually put it on my Larry's Anything Goes page. This one brother said to this other brother, he was like, look, he's like, if you and your friends put 5,000, if you got $5,000, he's got $5,000, she got $5,000, he's got $5,000, you got 10 people that has $5,000 and whatnot. Put that money to some use. Put it together, buy a house, open a business, whatever the case may be. Instead of trying to show off how nice your car is and show off how nice your house is and things of that nature. That was probably like one of the realest statements ever. And I was just like, man, that's what the hell I'm talking about. That is the circle that's how it's supposed to be. But man, it's just like a lot. But most people, you get around, on that basic nonsense. You talk about some business, like the young man was talking about. He's like, oh, I don't want to hear about stocks. I don't want to hear about cryptocurrency and whatnot. But that's why I have most of the people right now struggling right now in 2024. Let's talk about that. Most people are struggling in 2024 because they focused on things that did not matter for the last 4 years of their lives. They have been focusing on things that don't matter. Focusing on traveling when they couldn't afford it. Focusing on buying an overpriced car when they couldn't afford it. Focus on buying overpriced stuff when they couldn't afford it. There was no focus of putting money away and investing money. Even a lot of people during the pandemic, when they got all those checks and whatnot, a lot of people didn't pay. At most, they might have paid some debt off, and at most, they may have saved some money, but they didn't try to save a lot. And a lot of people did not try to get financially educated in where should my money grow. Because at the end of the day, regardless, when inflation comes, guess who benefits? I get emails every couple of days saying you got these dividends coming into your account because you bought these specific stocks. How big or small, that's money I didn't have to work for. But when you constantly surrounded by people that just want to work for money and don't want to learn how to make money work for them, you're gonna be on that basic trip until the day you die. I call it strugglenomics. All the degrees in the world, it don't mean nothing if you can't make money moves. The short says assets equals freedom, debts equals liability. If the people around you, either they're gonna be an asset or they're gonna be a liability. And when the young man was like, everybody's so boring. Yeah, most people are boring. Let's just keep it real. Most people are boring. Most people just want to watch Netflix, binge out on social media. And I don't know about you guys, but a lot of times, like I post enough about business stuff that social media can become very boring and basic and simple. You know, so it is what it is. I'll end this video off on that. I'm just like, to those who feel alone, you're not alone. There's a community out here of people. If you are consider yourself a nerd, if you consider yourself a person who's into talking about things that actually matter, especially from an economic standpoint, from a health standpoint, that's the beautiful thing about social media. You can connect with those kind of people if you want to. My circle increased when I decided to say, hey, it's time for me to do something different. My circle increased when I decided to say, I'm going to become a part of EWOL University, Fatherhood University, the Black Business School. I'm going to go to the conventions, and I'm going to do it by myself because the other men around me don't want to do nothing except talk about what happened back in the day, talk about females, talk about sports, in certain instances, talk about things that just don't matter. Just talk about things that just don't involve increasing my income and increasing my value. To those who want to be surrounded by people that want to increase your income, increase your value, this is where it's at. It's not about giving out financial advice. It's just about being able to exchange information and go from there. Because you got to make your own decisions that work best for you. So, on that note, I think I will title this live video that I on YouTube. Geeks, economic warriors, you're not alone. There's people out here. You just gotta find the people and don't let it get you down. Because trust me, I know. Anybody knows I know. All right. So do the great thiefy things, like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. Make money moves, so you're gonna live bro like a fool. Take care. See how I